we're going to talk about the energy stocks indulgence today. And after a year, the U.S. energy stocks are on the rise, and they climbed up sharply in August and May, regaining the market leadership for the first time since late 2022, when energy stocks were one of the few areas that performed better in the market turmoil. Dow Jones market data showed that the S&P 500 energy sector rose 9.7% in the first 29 trading days of the third quarter, making its most promising quarter start since the fourth quarter of last year. Rising crude oil and gasoline prices pushed shares of large U.S. energy companies higher. ExxonMobil has risen 4.2% since the start of the quarter to $111.69 a share. ExxonMobil is the most valuable energy company in the S&P 500, with a market capitalization about $450 billion. Shares of the other oil and gas companies rose even more. Oil and gas exploration company Apache Oil (APA) is up 31.4% since the start of the quarter, making it the best performing component of the S&P 500 Energy Index. Wall Street says the potential momentum in the oil and gas stocks showed a shift. Some Wall Street institutions have analyzed the flow of money and concluded that the sell-off in the energy stocks this year is showing signs of turning. Data collected by Bloomberg shows that investors have pulled nearly $11.5 billion from the 80 U.S. ETFs that tracks the energy sector so far this year, and more than other sectors combined. Among them, the Energy Select Sector SPDR fund, which tracks the energy component in the S&P 500, has seen $3.7 billion in outflows. In stark contrast, the $35 billion flowed into these ETF products from 2020 to early 2022, when oil prices soared during the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Now the oil prices are soaring again, hitting their highest level this year. Analysts say because the U.S. economy has shown the resilience in the face of the Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes. FactSet data shows that international oil prices have risen for 7 consecutive weeks. WTI crude oil futures rose 0.28% to $83.05 a barrel on Friday, after closing at $84.4 a barrel on Wednesday, the highest close this year. Edward Moya, senior market analyst at FX market maker Oanda, said crude oil prices are resuming their upward momentum as energy traders remain too confident that the oil market will remain tight. Todd Song, managing director of ETF and technology strategy at Stratagas Securities, a well-known financial institution, believes that all this may indicate the most painful time for energy stocks is over. Song said in an interview, "In the context of capital outflows, you start to see momentum picking up in the energy sector, but it's very subtle. This in itself is not a signal, but it helps people to think that mood is improving. From this point of view, this starts to become a reverse game." Strategas isn't alone to seeing a potential momentum shift in oil and gas stocks. As of mid-May, energy stocks were the S&P 500's worst performing sector so far this year, down about 10%, but by Tuesday's close, this index was down just 0.7%, while the S&P 500 was up 17% over the same period. Investors have been lured by cheap valuations for energy companies, looking to diversify beyond some of the big tech stocks that have led the stock market surge this year. James Hodgins, managing director and portfolio strategist at Stifel, said, "In the first half of the year, the large tech stocks in the Nasdaq Tech Index were overbought, while the energy stocks were oversold." He says the energy sector has more room to grow as the oil prices climb. Technology stocks have underperformed since the start of the quarter. Since the beginning of the year, the tech stocks have been one of the most undisputed bellwethers. According to FactSet, the information technology sector is up 35.7% year to date, and the communication services sector, which is up 41.1%. But tech stocks have been lagging since the start of the quarter. Since early July, the S&P 500 information technology has fallen 4.5%, making it the worst performing sector over the same period. That's all I have for today. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next episode.